I think I really messed up my marriage and I don't know how to fix it. Last week, my husband came up behind me while I was doing dishes and smacked my butt and was kind of nuzzling my neck, clearly trying to initiate something. I was tired and honestly just not in the mood, so I completely lost it on him. I spun around and told him I wasn't his property to just grab whenever he felt like it. I said I was sick and tired of him treating me like some sex object who exists for his pleasure. I told him he was being gross and pathetic and that real men don't have to constantly paw at their wives like some desperate teenager. I said if he actually cared about me as a person instead of just a body, he'd learn some fucking self-control. I know that sounds harsh, but I was just so fed up at that moment. He's always doing stuff like that, grabbing me, touching me, wanting attention. It gets exhausting having to deal with it constantly. He just stood there and his face went completely blank. Then he said, "I'm sorry I made you feel that way," in this weird flat voice, and walked out of the room. At the time I felt totally justified. Like finally I stood up for myself and told him how I really feel. That was a week ago. He hasn't touched me since. Not once. At first I was honestly thrilled about it. The first few days were amazing. No random grabbing when I'm trying to do things. No being touched when I'm getting ready. No pressure for intimacy when I'm tired. I literally texted my friend saying, I finally snapped on him and now he's keeping his hands to himself. It's like I have my space back, haha, with the celebration emoji. But now it's been a full week and something feels off. He doesn't touch me at all anymore. Not even the normal stuff. He doesn't sit near me on the couch. He stays completely on his side of the bed. When he talks to me, it's just basic logistics, like, do we need milk? Or, I'll be home late tomorrow. He makes his own meals now, eats separately from me, comes home and just goes straight to his office or the basement. I tried to cuddle up to him on the couch 2 nights ago, thinking maybe we could watch a movie together like we used to, and he literally got up and moved to the chair. Said he thought I'd be more comfortable with more space. Last night I tried to be intimate. I put my hand on him in bed, and he said, I'm really tired, and turned away from me, which is literally what I've said to him like 1,000,000 times, so I don't know why it bothered me so much this time. This morning I asked him what his problem was, and he said he doesn't have a problem, he's just respecting my boundaries. I said I never said he couldn't touch me at all, and he gave me this look and said, you called me gross and pathetic for being affectionate with my wife. You said I treat you like a sex object. I'm just making sure I don't make you uncomfortable anymore. I tried to explain that I didn't mean it like that. I was just overwhelmed in the moment. He just shrugged and said, it's fine, I understand. I'll make sure to keep my distance from now on. But the way he said it was so cold, like he didn't care at all. Honestly, I don't understand why he's being like this. I had one outburst after years of him constantly being all over me, and now he's acting like I committed some huge crime. He's being really immature about this whole thing, like he's punishing me for setting a boundary. It feels manipulative, but at the same time I'm kind of freaking out because this doesn't feel like a fight that's going to blow over. He's not angry or arguing with me, he's just completely detached, like he's a roommate who tolerates me being here. And I realize now that I kind of like the attention, even though it annoyed me. I miss him being affectionate, even though I complained about it. We've been married for 5 years, and yeah, I've probably rejected him more often than not when he tries to initiate stuff, but that's normal, right? Women aren't always in the mood. He should understand that. I can't help it if I'm tired or stressed or just not feeling it. That doesn't mean he gets to act like a baby and completely withdraw from the relationship. Yesterday I noticed he started sleeping with his back to me and there's like a huge gap between us in bed. We used to sleep close together. He'd usually have his arm around me or whatever. Now it's like sleeping next to a stranger. This morning he left for work without even saying goodbye. Just, see you later, as he walked out the door. I feel like he's being really unfair about this. I'm allowed to have boundaries and not want to be touched all the time. The fact that he's making me feel guilty for that is pretty toxic, honestly. But at the same time, I'm worried this is heading somewhere bad, and I don't know how to fix it without it seeming like I'm just giving in to his sulking. Like, how do I tell him I want things to go back to normal without validating his childish behavior? How do I make him understand that I can set boundaries and still want affection sometimes? He's being so black and white about this. Like I said one thing in anger, and now he's decided I never want him to touch me again. That's not what I meant, but he won't listen. Personally, I think she overreacted a bit too much. The comments say otherwise. Megan said, he's sulking like a teenager. Rochelle said he's being petty and vindictive. Let me know what you guys think.